will get us started. Serving to Genie Bouchard. Let's play pickleball.
Point. One zero suit.
Okay, Blaine.
It's a good spit. Look, I actually live near Blaine at home, and I haven't been practicing much. I've got a torn Achilles. Prior to that, Blaine and I were practicing a decent amount. He's got a massive serve, quick hands, and Blaine, similar to Genie, is improving quickly.
Yep. Yeah, one of the biggest forehands on tour, too, to go with that serve. So if you're going to drive and crash, Genie's drive's got to be a lot lower than that, or it is going to be a crash in a bad way.
Let's bring that drive down 5 feet. Yes. We're in business.
Let's see if he's going after his serve. He should be.
And you saw the wrist movement, the flick wizard there. He could just create so much with that paddle on the wrist when the ball's not put down in the kitchen.
I mean, Genie's become so solid at the line with her dinks, which used to be a disaster, but she's a developing player.
Totally. I mean, I think if you went back to February, March, April, you go out here and you say, just hit the ball to Genie. Right? We're going to win, but you can't do that anymore. Her game's developed. A little bit thanks to you. I know you worked with her.
Yeah.
We saw it on that previous point. She can hang in there and go dink to dink on the forehand side with a lot of these top players.
1-1-1.
Couple of HTPs, one from each lady. Couldn't get it around there. Genie made Sports Center top 10 yesterday with her ATP on the run in singles, so feeling it. And that's 2 misses on fifths. It can't happen if you want to upset this team.
No, they're going to have to play pretty much a flawless match if they're going to want to pull the upset off the 2 seeds.
I actually like Genie funneling that ball to Blaine's paddle, but it cannot go where Blaine put it.
Exactly. If you're going to go at JW, it's got to be a perfect speed up. Bit of an odd miss from Jorja, and that may be what we're talking about from MLP last week with the upset from Jack and Lane. Not only an upset, it was a
destruction.
Destruction, exactly. And then they haven't played, so they're going to try to probably use this first game to figure out a few things in their partnership. Hey, where are we at? But right there, how about that shot from Blaine?
I mean, my goodness. Filth, short angle, clean winner. J-Dub didn't even move. It's just too good.
It was mid-story. And so
no, how dare you?
I'm going to hit the best shot I've ever hit.
All of a sudden, the pace changes when it gets to J-Dub.
It sure does. But going back to Blaine, that point's a great point for them. You know what? He's a big guy. I want to say Blaine's 6'4".
Yes.
Crash charge. Put your big body in front of the net. But yeah, J-Dub's getting most of these back if you're not hitting them for winners.
And I just love fans at home when Sam Query's like, well, how much shorter is he than me? Yeah, around 6'4". I'm looking up at all these trees. One thing has changed versus yesterday. Yesterday was calm. During MLP, it was very windy. A little breeze coming through across the court from the right to left towards the VIP area.
A little breeze. The players really don't have to deal with the shadow anymore. That's gone across the court, so that's done. We've only got one element to deal with now instead of two.
And again, Blaine with the backhand volley right to the forehand of J-Dub, and that is never going to end well.
You can see the anticipation from J-Dub. It's almost like he knows it's coming there. The arm's out, the paddle's ready, and it's almost back at Blaine before Blaine can even get his paddle back after he makes contact.
Yeah, and the paddle should be there. If your partner's speeding up, you should not have the paddle on the other side of your body, and then he has the fast hands to go with the smart start to that, and you pay the price.
Blaine did a great job of resetting the first one, and he tried to speed up on a ball that he shouldn't have sped up on. He's got to get back into lockdown mode, get into a dink rally.
Because if you're looking for us to praise the reset, and we were both ready, you did still give it to him despite the atrocious decision after that. You just can't. We'll throw you flowers. Just play the point straight up.
I think we might hear Jorja, maybe not J-Dub, but Jorja be a little more audible this match. We heard that point before, the aggressive and she might sense the loss last week and they haven't been playing their best. And a lot of times as a player, whether tennis, pickleball, whatever, you kind of try to force that extra energy or force yourself to find that rhythm. And sometimes, you know, yelling and more encouragement than normal can get them back into that top level form that we know they can get into.
Yeah, and she knows she is the energy engine for them as well. So if she needs to get J-Dub going, it's got to be her.
Oh, yeah.
1-5-1.
Good ISO on that team. Nice reaching into the kitchen from Genie.
That's one where Genie's coming in. Just the right move. The ball is up. Just you got to anticipate.
Yes.
You got to have the paddle up and ready. She kind of got caught. You kind of see it here. I don't think the hands were. That wasn't the point, but.
And the feet weren't set either, so that combination is going to have a shank. Nice job of Genie being ready in the middle with the two-handed backhand. All right, and the right now pointing from Hovenier.
Yep, and Blaine's an energy guy.
Yes.
You know, he's one of these guys, you're going to hear him. He's going to be loud. He's a fun partner to have.
I had him this week in split age.
Yeah,
so,
right. You know.
Over under 50. Very positive force. A lot of fun to play.
Right now and buy a ticket.
We'll get you a credential and a lanyard. Perfect choices, bad execution.
Yep, exactly. And I feel like a lot of times that's what we say for these players that aren't at that top level.
Yes.
They're not the top 15. They're just missing that execution part of the piece.
Yeah, now they're struggling with the unwinding the stack. If you ask Genie, she'd rather play on the left. Now, obviously not optimal and mixed usually unless you have a lefty partner. So much better getting that ball down from Blaine.
Yeah, but then he does a good job of finishing, using his height, reaching in.
Jorja cannot even believe she did that and got away with it.
Look, sometimes you're playing, and as a player, you don't believe she did it, right?
Yes.
Genie's like, why would Jorja ever leave me a high forehand, you know, when I'm at the net, and you're not ready for it because you're not expecting a player of Jorja's caliber to ever hit that shot.
Yes. And that's one of those where Blaine's got to read the value of his partner's drop there and not go crashing in. Just an easy put away for Jorja.
Second serve.
There's just enough of a breeze right now to make some dinking a little difficult. The margins are already pretty small as is.
Point.
Just the big fella just a little off balance and reaching, and once he figures that out, it's going to be so much more menacing.
For the sake of this match, he needs to figure it out quickly.
Yes.
Point. Game point.
Yeah, Jorja is heads up. She doesn't care if it's Ben Johns, Blaine Hovenier, or Genie Bouchard. The ball is going to be fired straight ahead.
Yeah, she's not intimidated of anyone.
No.
Timeout receiver. 10-1-2.
So timeout called by Genie and Blaine here. 10-1.
Got the occasional 6'5" guy in there, the occasional 5'9" guy in there.
10-1-2.
Yeah, thank you for getting us little guys in there. Where's Diego for me?
Yeah.
Okay, Genie.
Go.
Out of the timeout. Nice little speed up on game point down.
Caught J-Dub sleeping.
1-10-1.
J-Dub's one of those guys, it could look as if he's not trying or not engaged, but he is. He's laser focused. He's ready to go.
1-10-2.
Not going to show a ton of emotion, even on his birthday.
Game point. Oh, that was that? Okay.
Just getting the score correct after the missed return. Hovenier and Bouchard wishes they could double down on every point here. Two missed returns out of the timeout. The timeout and the Van Halen, and well, here we go.
Right? They can take a little momentum, and assuming they don't come back here, take a little momentum into game two.
That's a tough place to live with a high drive. So that's, again, if you trust Genie to hit it there, then you're going to have to deal with the consequences if she doesn't.
And I think they have to go about this match trusting that she's going to hit it down. Right?
You do.
If you're Blaine, you just tell her swing away. Keep hitting it. Try to find those margins, find the right line.
Because she had them earlier in singles. She was terrific.
She can do it.
And Jorja grinds out the cross court. We'll go back down to center. Good to see you guys. Yeah, and then Blaine just flying in there after a full flick wizard explosion of volleys that's just so tough to deal with.
Sometimes it's tough as a pickleball player if you have a bunch of great gets, a bunch of fun defensive, get backs. You want to win the point so bad, you make an aggressive move that's not necessary because you want to just end it on a flash. And it never seems to pay off.
No, it just doesn't. Your brain just loses its mind, and that's what Blaine can do. I mean, he's big, but he's so athletic, jumps over the kitchen with ease. Cross-court attacks are just not going to be fun for your partner.
Not at all. And Blaine's a bit of a Dallas guy.
Yeah.
SMU.
He practices. He's a member here. Okay. The family is.
Okay.
Yes.
Point.
Yeah, like
he's
literally.
Very much a Dallas guy.
Yes. Like This guy's got the member parking here at Brookhaven. So a little conversation with Jorja and J-Dub about the goings on there, but they're a lot happier in where they were when we last saw them on this very court during Major League Pickleball.
This is where I feel like Blaine and Genie need to get some scoreboard pressure.
Yes.
Like I was saying earlier, get 1 point. You know, just there we go.
Big serve into the corner.
That alone, I feel like in pickleball, 1 point getting off the zero really lets both players kind of take a deep breath.
Wow, steps into the two-way to go with the big forehand drive, 2 apiece. I'm not sure it was going to be in, but that doesn't matter. Wow. So a couple of very loose errors from Jorja on not the best backhands from Blaine, but he would beg to differ with me as he won both points.
He would just tell you to look up at the scoreboard.
So in just a little bit too much of a hurry there. But the 3.
Right? They got a 1 point lead in game 2. Life is good at the moment.
It's exactly what they want. Just got to make it.
Three, 1.
It's so fun to watch J-Dub. It's almost as if he has cement bricks on his feet, right? He doesn't move the feet.
Doesn't need them. Gets on the tiptoes just a little.
He just creates so much power and whip.
Here's the Genie on the left situation. Oh my. Off speed from Jorja. Fools Genie.
There's not a better feeling for a player than when you make the off speed, and a worse feeling for a player when it goes by you at about 1 mile an hour.
5-3-1. Point.
And that lead has evaporated quickly and turned into a timeout. So 3-2 became 6-3 in a hurry for the Johnsons. So
I have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear.
Lapiplasty.
Sup, future me. And no bunions. How?
Lapiplasty.
Lapiplasty corrects bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks.
Lapiplasty.
Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
Proton Championship court as we cruise our drone right over top here, and Blaine and Genie looking to stop the bleeding here.
Point.
Not a big enough suture.
No, those are just the little things that the top players, they just don't miss those balls, right? And again, Genie's getting better every week. Those executions have to be so, you know, tight and locked up at the highest level.
Yeah, the first ball needed to be down and then reload ready. Jorja misses another ATP. This one doesn't make it to the court, so they do get the ball back, but 3-2 became 3-7 in a pretty big hurry. I mean, that thing is just a weapon.
It sure is. I mean, it was, look, he was not a fun guy to practice with.
No,
going out
he's
like,
not. He's not a fun guy now to practice with in Dallas, I can tell you.
And you know, some of the pickleball courts, the fence is a little tight to the baseline.
Exactly.
You're trying to short hop it, but I think a lot of players out here would say he's got one of the 5 best serves on tour.
No doubt. Okay, Blaine's telling Genie he likes that 5th shot, 2-handed backhand drive. That is her better side.
You love that from a partner.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing better. Look, you don't want to miss, but when you do miss, when your partner is like, that's the shot, that's what you're doing well, keep it going. It just gives you so much confidence to keep hitting it.
Yeah, that's just too good from J-Dub. Yeah, you just hope that that doesn't lead to a missed serve, and then now miss on that, and they are 3 points away from moving on to the round of 16, are the Johnsons. Man, that slap forehand of Jorja's just gets on you quickly.
It's an awkward shot the way she hits it, right? It's technically maybe not the nicest thing to look at, but it's effective. Hard to read.
Yeah, that's what's great about pickleball. There are so many swing paths and techniques, way more than you'll see in tennis. Okay, Mr. Energy bouncing around over there. Got to get a couple off his serve. Oh, dear.
Inch or two deep.
Yeah.
But when he goes for that much, you know, you got to expect a few errors,
that
right?
Has to, in the budget for sure.
He's got to expect a 90% first serve percentage, probably.
Man, great dig from Bouchard right
sure
there.
Was.
Wow.
6-9-2.
And Genie and Blaine, they've got 7 points. I feel like 6 of them have come on
just
missed return. Jorja early on kind of flailed a few high forehand volleys.
Side up.
I'll get you one more, Genie. Here we go. Yeah. Right. One stop.
9-7-1.
All right.
Wow. Just nothing on that, way in the court. Jorja saw the windup and thought that ball is 10 feet deep.
And I couldn't. Blaine might have shanked it.
I think I know.
Tell.
That's what I thought.
Right? He's a power guy.
Like if he can do that if that was on purpose, big tip of the cap.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't, figure out what you just did.
Yes. And do it over and over again.
Over and over. Because I was like, oh no, that's going to be 50 feet out.
Second serve. Seven, 9-2.
That's nice from Blaine right there, and they have pulled within 1 here. And if they can somehow scrap this one out, the demons of MLP will rise. Oh. So she went with the drop, which I think was the right choice, but just faded away a little bit and left it short.
The wind grabbed it ever so slightly.
Yes.
Left it short on the tape. And that speed up from Blaine is just
not there, please.
It's not there.
I know it's his birthday, but come on. Match point for the Johnsons.
Timeout receivers, 10-8-1.
See Paris at the desk coming up a little later. And that'll do it for the Johnsons. So what do you get your brother for his birthday? Get him a mixed doubles win in the round of 32.